All right, Wild Rabbit. So today we're going to talk about apps and softwares that I use to pretty much automate my full business. The only thing that really, requires me to show up in my fitness business is the fact that I might have to do a live stream, or one of the things I offered was an actual, almost like a walkie-talkie access to me as the trainer. So if my clients were at the grocery store, or if they were just in a bad situation where they were about to eat a burger or something, they could walkie-talkie me and I would walkie-talkie back. That's an app I have on my phone called Voxer, Voxer. You can use that, take that for your clients and use that. It's really great. That was one of the things that I showed up for. Everything else was pretty much automated. So what I mean by that is, instead of me showing up to actually physically sit there and train a client, which it drove me crazy to do that, I actually could make a video of me doing a squat. Okay, show you how to squat, explain the mechanics of it, and then I can put it in an app. And the app that I use is called Trainerize. And of course, I'm going to have the links to all the apps below this video. You can click the links or click the pictures and it'll take you to those websites. Trainerize basically allowed me to batch many videos of different exercises that I wanted to, show and explain to my client. But it also allowed me to build the program. So if I wanted squats, deadlifts, and lunges, I can put them into a program, how many reps, sets, and rest periods, how much weight. You can really break it down. And that helped me kind of automate my business, because now I didn't have to show up for a personal training session. You just have to do your thing. And then also Trainerize has check-ins. So I would have them check in, and if it didn't check in, or if I didn't get the check box on your workout, I knew you didn't work out, and then I can reach out to you. So that was really good for me on that point. Like I said, I was charging $1,500 for a 3-month duration. So 3-month program, access to me via walkie-talkie, access to Trainerize, and then also I had something called Evolution Nutrition, which is another great software and app that I used to basically, you can create thousands of nutrition plans. And Evolution Nutrition was huge for me because I could just take a nutrition plan out of Evolution Nutrition, put it inside of Trainerize, and now my client has nutrition and workouts right in Trainerize. They actually don't need me right now. Okay, so the only time they would need me is via walkie-talkie. So yes, they would do their own workouts, they had their nutrition plans, and they had access to me pretty much 24/7, but most people didn't, they didn't really reach out that often. So yes, I was charging $1,500 per client for this. Some of you are like, man, that's a lot of people to keep up with via walkie-talkie. Well, it's really not. So I was making about, let's say $15,000 a month. So at $1,500 per client, that means I only had 10 clients per month. Keep in mind, if somebody comes in January, in 3 months, they'll be gone. So in 3 months, we have 10, 20, 30 clients. 30 clients is not a lot to keep up with inside of the walkie-talkie, because everybody's not going to answer, okay? So in 3 months, this one falls off, and you might get 10 more. So every month, I would get 10 people, okay, basically. That was my goal. If I got 10 people, I made $15,000, I was good. $15,000 a month, that pretty much put me in a good space. Okay, so that's a little bit over what, $150,000 a year. So as a trainer, I don't know many trainers doing that. Not only that, I didn't have to show up. Okay, I didn't have to do a lot of work. So this was very great for me. This gave me ample time to do other things. So I wrote a book, and once again, another software or app that I use to automate that book process. It's called Rev.com. Now, Rev.com allowed me to literally speak into a microphone, okay? So I would take either my phone and or this here, okay? Now, this is just a mic, okay? And it's a lapel mic. I would put this mic in either my laptop or in my phone. And basically, what I would do is I would just speak everything into the microphone. Okay. And of course, I wrote down, my chapters and what I wanted to talk about in the chapters. But I literally wrote or made a book in less than 30 days. Okay, so November 1st to November 30th, I had a book. Like, wrote it or finished it, had it edited, and published it in 30 days. Okay, and this is how we leverage it. So for most of you who want to become a celebrity in your space, writing a book is a great way to do it. Rev.com helped me with that, because now I can take the voice of the book, go to Rev.com, put the video of the voice or me talking the voice into Rev.com. They charge about $1 per minute. So for a decent sized book, that was about 90 minutes of talk of a voice. So it cost me about 90 to $100. They basically took that video or that talk, and they made words out of it. Basically, they made words out of everything I spoke. They transcribed it. That's what it's called. Then I went to Fiverr. Okay, so I told you about Fiverr in the last video. In the next video you'll get Fiverr. But I went to Fiverr.com and I hired somebody who was a book editor. So I had them take this jumbo worth of words, and I had them make sense out of it, and they made sense and edited and really made it flow. And then from there, I took it. I went on Fiverr again and had a lady who, she is like a publisher. She's a self-publisher. She cost me about $80, and she published the book. She had it put on Amazon. So now I look legit. I have a paperback book on Amazon that you can order and it comes to you. As a matter of fact, for those of you who don't know, this is the book that I'm speaking about. Okay, Wild Rabbit, and of course, Tay Sweat is me. It started with health, so this is about health, and then of course I made the Wild Rabbit this program as well, because we're wild rabbits. Okay, we want to be wild, we want to be free, we want to do what we pleased. So whatever pleases us, we want to do it. So that is pretty much what I did, and why I suggest using Rev. My next and probably my favorite software is ClickFunnels. Okay, right now you're watching this on ClickFunnels to go through a webinar. Okay, anytime I got a new client that paid $1,500, they would come into my webinar funnel, and they would sign up for it, watch the webinar. If they didn't purchase, okay, for those of the people who didn't purchase the actual webinar, who didn't purchase my $1,500 program after my webinar, they were also in my email. So what happens is, if you come in to watch the webinar, that lets me know you're interested in training or being a vegan. And then if you don't apply to work with me, I know that something is missing. You might need a little more warming up. So now I have your email address, and you just watched my webinar, usually. So what I can do is go in and send a few messages or a few emails and slowly warm you up, and then usually you would buy. So ClickFunnels is huge. As a matter of fact, I tell people all the time, if you don't have a ClickFunnels account, you're gonna lose in business. Like, I'm kicking your butt. If you're my competition and you're operating online, I'm gonna kick your butt if you don't have ClickFunnels. I just tell people all the time. And most of you are wondering, like, how can I get ahead? How can I get ahead of my competition? ClickFunnels, I promise you. Okay, because it helps to warm people up. So I'm going to drop, you should have had it already, but I want to drop another link of my actual funnel in the description. But also, I'm going to, at the bottom of this video, you'll see a 14-day free trial. Go click that, start warming up and getting used to things. And like I said, I'll have my funnel in here so you can go and copy it. So you just add your video in and things like that. Now, I'm not going to show you how to put this stuff into ClickFunnels because they have their own videos, but this ClickFunnels is great. Next, we have ManyChat. Okay, ManyChat is really good because, once again, I can set that up. This goes for Facebook. It's a chat bot. And anytime somebody interacts with my Facebook, my chat bot is set up to answer back. And, basically it communicates with anybody who comes in. And I have automated messages based on what I want people to get into. So if you chat, go to ManyChat or go to my Facebook right now, you can message me that opts you in. So now I have you as a subscriber. So it's almost like an email list, which is great because a lot of people, 1.8 billion people are on Facebook. So yeah, I get you in as a subscriber on ManyChat, and I can send you almost like email. I send you different campaigns, things like that, so you can maybe buy my product, or you can do things like, I don't know, let people know you're going live. So if you got a live stream, you let people know you're going live, you get more people to come into your live. It just looks better. So there's so many things you can do with ManyChat. And then next, of course, we got Zapier, which I'm going to talk about Zapier a little bit later. But Zapier is a beast. Zapier is a beast. I mean, they connect everything. Zapier is basically one of those things I use to connect my trainer eyes to my Evolution Nutrition, or I connect. I have something called a Wufoo app. Okay, it's made by SurveyMonkey, and basically, when somebody goes on my Wufoo app, when somebody goes on my webinar, when they want to apply for my personal training, okay, for my coaching program, they hit the button and apply, and that takes them to a Wufoo app, which I build. Okay, so I build out a Wufoo app, and basically once I built that Wufoo app, they fill it out, and once they submit it, it goes to Zapier. Zapier then lets me know somebody just applied for my coaching. Zapier sends it to my phone, but my phone, because of Zapier, has an automatic message that sends to the client automatically. Says, thank you for filling out your, confirmation. Will you be able to take a call in the next minute or two? All right. And once I get the message back, or whoever applied messages me back, and then boom, I can go and call, because the quicker you call your people who come in, the more likely it is that they're going to buy. Okay. The longer you wait, the longer they may not buy, or that impulse buy that they were going to do goes away. So make sure you do that. These are basically how I made six figures, each year. These things helped me make six figures, and I really only worked, maybe 15, 20 hours a week. So that's how we did it. This is how I was kicking all of my trainer friends. This is how I was kicking their butts, because they thought that, he must be doing something different, or maybe he knows a little bit something more. I don't have a degree, so it wasn't that. It wasn't that I had a degree and I made more as a trainer. I just knew something they didn't know. So the average trainer is making $40,000, $50,000, maybe even $60,000 a year. Meanwhile, I'm hanging out, I'm traveling, I'm doing what I want. I'm making 150, 170, depending on how many months I actually did the $15,000 a month. So that's just what it does. You have to know, and this is why it's important that you invest in yourself. So you bought this program because you wanted to invest in your business, and that was a great idea. So take these things that I use, and hopefully you can apply them to your business. Definitely go get that ClickFunnels and enjoy.